Okay, so the next one is about how I can get out of debt. So I hear this question in so many different ways, so I just kind of combined it into, this is what people want to know. They want to get out of debt because you want to go into business for yourself. A lot of you guys want to work part-time, but you feel like, oh, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. How can we get these people out of debt?
That's an excellent question, and it's a question that I get year-round, especially during holiday time, actually, because you know there's a lot of spending going on. Really, it's quite simple. When we take a look at how to get out of debt, there's one of two things, or a combination of these two things have to happen. One, increase your income. Two, reduce your expenses. Any one of those two things, either one of those two things or a combination of the two will help an individual to get out of debt, but you also have to add in the quality of discipline. Because with either one of these two things, discipline is going to be required. Let's focus, for the purposes of our conversation today, let's concentrate on the second one. How do I eliminate expenses? It does take discipline, but it starts with taking a look at what you're currently spending on. Many of us have no idea until we sit down and take a look at it. Someone asks us to take a look at it, how much we're actually spending. As an exercise, what I would encourage all of the viewers to do is to go back and take a look at just the last month. And take a look at what you spent in groceries, what you spent in eating out, what you spent in things such as getting your hair cut or getting your nails done. Take a look at all of those expenses, whether you use a credit card or your bank account. Pull out your statement and add up all of the things that you spent on. Most of us would be shocked to know where our money is going. Once we have an idea of what we're actually spending, we thought we were spending $500 a month, but then we do this exercise and realize we're spending $1,200 a month. Then the next thing is to create a budget and try to isolate what we really need. Now that doesn't mean that we have to live as a miser. It doesn't mean that we can't enjoy ourselves, go to the movies. It doesn't mean we can't go out to dinner. But it means that we have a consciousness of what we're spending. And then we stick to that, knowing that our goal is to get out of debt. Now, once we control our monthly spending, what happens to the extra income that we're now saving? That's what we take and put off on our debt. And it's amazing because people realize once they actually get on a systematic way of approaching it, thinking about it, they can pay off their debt a lot sooner than they think. Sometimes you ask somebody, how long do you think it'll take to pay off the debt that you have?
You always ask that.
Yes. Oh, it takes 6 years. It'll take 6 years. It'll take 9 years. It'll take 10 years. When we sit down and do the numbers, many times we're 2 years, 3 years, sometimes in less than a year. A person can pay off debt that they've had for years, but they've just never had a systematic way of approaching it.
Do you guys hear that? Think about that for a minute. I want you to really think about it. What would it feel like if you got it together, got on a budget, and within a year you had paid off your debt? You can do it. We had the $50,000 debt. When did we pay that off?
Yeah, we had that. It's been 10 years now since.
But how long was the time period? It wasn't like you would think $50,000 and we weren't making that much. So we were in Arkansas. How long did it take us to pay it off?
It took us 2.5 years.
2.5 years for $50,000 and we weren't making much?
No, we weren't making much at all because we were accustomed to higher incomes in the New York and DC markets, and we had moved to a part of the country where the wages weren't similar. If you had told me then, with what we were making then, that we would have been able to pay that off in 2.5 years, I wouldn't have believed it myself.
Right.
But being disciplined and systematic and having a plan, 2.5 years later, we looked up.
It was done.
We were done. Definitely.
And we actually did this again, you guys. This is a long story, and I'll put it in another one of the videos. But we paid off the $50,000. We were out of debt for a while. We got in debt again, paid that off really quickly, and then now we've been out of debt 8 years.
Yeah, in the last 8 years, we've been debt-free 6 of those years.
Yeah, so debt-free businesses, debt-free life, and working part-time. You guys can do this. It's so important to know that it can be done. So thank you so much for that.
Yes.
Okie dokies.